Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of Finding Love. I'm JB Owen, and I am the host of this amazing 21 days, 21 minutes per day. It's going to be talking about how you can find love in your life. And today, day 4 is all about turning up the vision. I'm going to start it off with a quote. Not all dreamers are winners, but all winners dream. Isn't that a cool thing? Today we're going to be talking about what is your dream? What do you really dream of when it comes to love? What matters to you about love? What is the big vision? What is the grand idea? What is the elaborate affair that you would love to have? The most beautiful love that you see in your life? We're going to turn that up even bigger. I have another quote. It says, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. And that was written by Oprah Winfrey. We know Oprah Winfrey is the master of creating a dream, seeing a vision of herself. Many of you probably know her story, how she was sexually abused. She was living somewhat in poverty, and obviously involved in the oppression that comes from being a Black woman. And she had a vision, she had a dream, she knew what she wanted her life to look like, she knew what a grand, amazing life was going to look like, and she didn't do anything to let stop her, and she made it big. I mean, really big. I mean, we all can agree Oprah's vision of life for herself is larger than anything that many of us have ever dreamed of, and she did it because that's exactly what came to her, I guess, in making her vision that large. So I want to talk to you today about the very same thing. How can you decide what it is you want love to look like in your life, and then how can we turn it up even grander? I put together some really great things for you today about ways for you to achieve your dream, and some action steps really that we're going to talk about right now, how we can get to that vision that it is what we're looking for. And then I have some really fun, some show and tell for you also this morning. So let's get right to it. Some of the ways that you can achieve your dreams is really through putting down it on paper what it is your goal is. So when it comes to love in your life, what is it you dream of? What does it need to look like? And then if you were to write some of that down, like, I would really love a beautiful house. I would really love a partner who, came home with flowers. I would really love, to go on X amount of vacations. I would really love to do business with my partner. I would love to do athletic events with my partner. All of those things that really look like love to you, and the things that matter to you in love, how can you write those down and then ramp them up a bit? So for example, I really love to golf. So what if I said, I really want someone in my life who loves to golf? And then if I wanted to ramp it up, like, I really want to go on an amazing, 7-day golf excursion with my partner to Kauai, where they, do like they have major golf courses. So like really ramping it up. I'd love to go on a vacation once a year with my partner. How about I'd love to go to, that place like, Paris, the most romantic city on the planet, or Venice, and go in the canals, or I'd love to go to the Kremlin or to St. Petersburg, or I'd love to go, ziplining in Costa Rica with my partner. I'd love to do something absolutely, totally romantic in an exotic place, go to Phuket and lay on the beach with my partner. How can you ramp that up? Like really give it some volume and some intensity and the dream, like the big dream that you really want, because so many times people sort of acquiesce and decide that they're going to just settle for, well, this is sort of good enough, or, going to, staycation is going to be fine for me in my relationship because that's all I can afford, or that's all my partner wants, or that's, that's all he's used to, or that's all that we've ever done, or that's all I've ever done. If that's not what your dream is, if that's not what your vision is of romance or of love, then don't settle. Don't just compromise. Don't just be like, that's good enough because that's all I've done from the past. What do you want your future to look like? How can you really turn it up? So number one is to write down your goals. What is your dream and the goals that you would love to achieve in your love life? And again, we don't always have to talk about relationships with a person. We can talk about what do you love about your work? What's loving and passionate and exciting about work? A relationship with your kids? How can you love your life? How can you get up in the morning and throw back the covers and love life? Like, I can't wait to work out. I can't wait to meditate. I can't wait to see my friends. I can't wait to get to the office. I can't wait to, do what it is I do that is my skill and talent. What dream and goal do you have to really make that absolutely something you love? And then how can we just turn it up a little bit, turn it up into that next level, that next notch? Because when you rise above to the next level, then you aspire to the next thing. So maybe it's not such a good example, but I recently did WildFit, and it was an incredible program where it was about weight loss, and not necessarily weight loss. It was about eating well. It was about changing the way you eat and improving your health and improving your body. And I had a goal that I went for, and I reached my goal, but I didn't have the ramped up goal. I didn't have the next version of the goal. And so I got to that goal, and then I reached it, and then I slid back, because what I didn't do when I got there was I didn't set the next goal. And so let's talk about how we can relate that to your finding love in your life. So, you want to improve something, and you want to get something where, you're loving yourself enough to go out and try dancing, try a dance class. And so you try it, and then you don't set that next goal, like, I want to get the right shoes this time, and I want to find a really great partner this time, and the next time I go dancing, I want to have a really wonderful experience. I want to like dance all night, or I want to find someone who's just like the perfect dance partner for me, and you just ramp it up to the next level. And then you get there, and then be like, you know what, I'd love to do like a dance competition, or just for fun in my community, or I'd love to find someone who, like, every Thursday night we do salsa, or you know what, I've already learned salsa, so now I want to learn tango. Like, go into that next level. Just keep pushing yourself forward and forward, so that your goals and your dreams get to that place where that's the big vision for you. So number one, write down your goals, and then let's accentuate them. Let's ramp them up. Let's put all the yummy, creamy, like, extra pieces onto it to make it like really even bigger and more extravagant. Number two is to put those dreams into a time frame. So a lot of times we say, I want to meet someone, I want to meet someone, I want to meet someone, I want to feel in love, I want to be in love. And then there's no date. There's no, hey, universe, this is what I'm thinking. So I want to meet somebody by my next birthday. I want to meet somebody next year on Valentine's. I want to be like in love, lavishly enjoying Valentine's Day next year. Absolutely in love, for example. There's your timeline. I want to meet somebody this summer, this spring. I want to meet somebody, like, when spring is in the air, I'm absolutely ready to meet someone. So put some kind of time frame on it, so that you have something to look forward to, and the universe and all of the cosmic wheels that are turning know, okay, that's the time frame. I want to have a new job. I want to love my job by September. By the time my kids go back to school, I want to be totally reconnected with them. I want to be absolutely loving life with them. I want to have a fabulous summer with them. So this summer I'm going to enjoy my kids fully, and then by September, things that have not maybe been working or whatever are absolutely where I absolutely love. So put some time frames on your goals and your dreams, and maybe they don't have to be this year. Maybe you could say, okay, I know I need to do some work. I know I've got some things that need to happen with me. So I'm willing to commit the next 24 months to really working on me, really overcoming my pain and sorrow, getting through my divorce, finalizing that paperwork, really getting my child custody stuff in order, and all of my finances in order, and all of my stuff in order with the ending of my last relationship, so that I can be really ready for the next relationship. So in the 2 years from now, I feel like I'm going to have everything cleaned up in my life, so I'm going to be prepared. Or maybe it's your fitness. I really want to get my life in order. I want to get my health in order. I want to be in the best shape of my life. So I'm going to give myself 6 months or 8 months to really focus on me. And so by Christmas of next year, I'm going to have, a wonderful Christmas with someone I love. So number one is write down your goals and accentuate them. Number two is put some time frames on them. And then number three is get clear on why it is you desire that. So the why we want what we want is really important to us, because if we don't know why we want it, first of all, we can be persuaded and wishy-washy in another direction. If we don't know why we want it, we can sort of, it can fall away and not become, we lose our passion for it. And if we don't really know why we want it, then why do we want it? So why do I want to have a wonderful partner that I love to golf with? Well, I love golfing. I love being outside. I love walking. I love having that competitive spirit with no one else but myself. I love being in nature. I love seeing the incredible experience that the golf masters make on making beautiful golf runs and golf holes and all the challenges and the beautiful vision of when you're golfing. I've golfed in the mountains. I've golfed next to the ocean. I mean, it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. It's relaxing. It's comforting. It's a great way to spend the day. It's a great way to get exercise. So the why for me, like those are all the whys for me, because I love it. I enjoy it. Exercise, fresh air, outdoors, being with my partner, you know, improving my own score every time. So that's one of the whys on why that matters to me. Why do I want to be in the best health? Why do I want to take 6 months and get my body in order? Well, why is because I want to be a reflection of my partner. So how my body looks and how I feel about my health and how I eat and how I take care of myself is really important to me, so that it becomes important to my partner. You know, I read a book one time, like if you're 10 pounds overweight, then it's going to be okay for your partner to be 10 pounds overweight. If you're $100,000 in debt, then it's going to be okay for your partner to be $100,000 in debt. If you're fighting with your in-laws or fighting with your parents or don't talk to your siblings, then probably most likely the same thing is going to happen with your partner. And so that's not exactly the relationship that you want to get into. So working on yourself first is really important, and that becomes your why. I want to do this for me because it's really important to me that the other person has done the work also. So getting clear about your why is really number three. So, and writing it down, of course, everything I'm talking about is writing it down in your journal, writing it down in a place where you can see it and you can review it. Why do I want this? And it's really magical when you take the time to really introspect, is why do you want a relationship? Why do you want a partner? Why do you want to be in love? Why do you need someone? Why do you want to find someone? Why does that matter to you? Where are you at in your life where that is something that is mandatory, or you feel less without, or you feel like it will accentuate, you know, your future. It'll be great for your kids. It'll be something you want to have kids. You want to be in a relationship. Why? Because you want to be a mom. You want to be a dad. You want to be in a relationship. Why? Because you're ready to take the next step in your life. Why is really one of the key components in success, because when you know why you want something, you stick to it. When you know why something matters to you, then you can go back to it when you get smacked up in the face and it didn't work, or when you trip and fall and you realize like that wasn't what I wanted, or when, you know, life gets strenuous or tough, or you some days you just don't feel like working this hard and you feel defeated, maybe, because that happens to all of us. It's a human experience. So the why will push you. Your why will push you to be like, you know what, I'm going to get up today, I'm going to make an effort, I'm going to work out, or I'm going to get my finances in order, or I'm going to listen to another course, or I'm going to listen to JB, or I'm going to listen to someone else, or I'm going to sit down and write down what it is I really want. Why? Because I really want this, and this is what I need to do, because this is my end goal. I see myself in my dream, in my vision, my out there, my big vision of what love looks like to me. That really matters to me. I really want that. I really desire that. I deserve that. So why I want that is really important, because it'll drive me to keep going for it and to keep heading in that direction. So there's a bunch of little different things you can do. One, create a document. So write it down and then make it into a really cool document. Many of you know that I'm very good friends with Lisa Nichols, and this is her document. She wrote this, my new declaration. This was one of the things she passed out to us at one of her events. My new declaration is, and she wrote out exactly what her new focus was, what the dream was, what the new commitment was, and we talked about the why. And so that's something you can easily do. I've done another one like this. This is something I started in 2017. So 7 years of success. That was sort of I'd come out of 7 years of sorrow, I called it, and I was heading into my 7 years of success. And so I wrote out some of the things just in point form, all with the letter S and just S words. And so this was another example of creating a document that really supports your dream. Many of you know about vision boards. I'll tell you, this is one of my vision boards from 2015. I made this in 2015 in Mexico at a retreat that I went to. And the big thing that is a key here is it says, my life is about to get grand. There's a couple of references, truly a grand experience. So this was my vision board for love, and isn't it romantic? I put up here, and this was my idea of like two people, you know, together on a paddleboard, but not like, you know, in a codependent relationship, or not immersed and enmeshed with each other. They were like independent, but they were connected, and it was serene, and it was beautiful, and it was relaxing. This was a representation of just going up another rung in the ladder, just in evolving and improving myself. The feathers were all about freedom. And then I put some butterflies, you know, all about metamorphosis and transition. And so the big thing about this was my life is about to get grand. And I really attached myself to that. My life is about to be grand. I want a grand experience. I want a grand life. And just this past Christmas, Peter and I went to the Grand Canyon. We went to the Grand Canyon, and before we went to the Grand Canyon, we were staying at a beautiful resort called Adobe Grand Villas. And when I got to the Grand Canyon and I saw the vastness and the beauty of it, and of course I was holding my partner's hand, and I just come from this beautiful resort, I realized, like, dun da da da, like, my life is grand. I'm at oh, and I had the T-shirt on from the hotel that said grand across it, and so I was like, like, I reached it. So my whole vision board about being grand, it was grand. I was staying at a grand hotel. I had a grand T-shirt on, and I was staying at the Grand Canyon, and I was madly in love. And so that's what I want to share. Like, we don't know how or when or in what order our vision is going to come to be, but we just know, I wrote on that vision board, my life is about to get grand. I'm looking for a grand experience. And there I was. What more grand is that at the Grand Canyon, wearing a grand T-shirt, staying at the hotel called the Grand. And so those are the kinds of things I want to share with you that you need to get really busy and excited and fantastically amazed about creating for you, because when you create it, it manifests. So write out your declaration and make it something that you can put on the wall, you can put it in front of your desk, you can put on the mirror, and you would really embody it. So create the document, write it down, make it, and then print out a copy of it or frame it and put it somewhere. You know, you can put it inside your journal, you can put it in your day timer, really have a tangible copy of what it is this grand vision of is for you. And then really important is to sign it. So on the back of this one is my signature. On the bottom of this one is me, I am in agreement, yes, yes, I signed it. On the back of this one, this is my life signature. So you commit to it. And it may seem silly, but it is your signature is a physical representation of you saying, yes, I commit to this. So go ahead, for whatever reason, sign it and commit to it. And then I want you to read it every day. So the third part of this is, once you've created that great document, read it every day. Read it when you get up in the morning, read it when you go to bed at night. There's not enough times that you can read it. Read it once, twice, 3 times. There's never enough times. Just keep reading it over and over. If it's a vision board, look at it, study it. Think about why you pick those pictures, why those photos matter to you. If it's a document, read it over and over and over again. In fact, if you feel confident enough, even share it with people. Share that document with other people. Email it out, post it, put it on Facebook. Show people that you're committed to it. And that's the 5th part of this, is share it. Share with those people around you that are so important to you what your vision is. If you're afraid and insecure to put this photo up, or to put this declaration up beside your desk or in your office or next to your bed or on your mirror, if you're ashamed or afraid or insecure or worried or unwilling to put that out for other people to see, then that's okay. That means we just need to do some more work. We just need to get back to that place about you getting really committed, believing it's possible, what we talked about on day one, you know, really turning it into a positive, like what it is I want are all these amazing things. So if you're not willing to share it just yet, that's okay. So let's just work on that, because when you share something, when you declare something, when you tell people this is what you're going for, when you're confident about it, when you feel like, you know what, it's crazy that I'm saying this, it's crazy that I'm writing this and I want this and this is my big vision and it's a lot and it's grand, but this, everyone, is what I want, and I'm going to stand behind it, and I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to declare it, and it's mine. You will have it. All right, my gorgeouses, 21 minutes is up. So today, for Finding Love, turn up the vision. Get it is what you want. Get what you want. Envision what you want, and make it grand. All right, we'll see you soon.